Hi, I'm Jeff Lemond from Studio Cycles, and this is the 411 on the Lemond Revmaster Indoor Group Cycles. In this session, I'm going to cover a broad spectrum, kind of all over the map, pluses, minuses, pros and cons on the Lemond Revmasters. What you're looking at here is a current version, 2010 Lemond Revmaster Pro. This is the most evolved version of the Lemond Revmaster series bikes. My friend Paul Swift designed and built the Lemond Revmaster in tandem with Lemond Fitness. He didn't build the bike, he designed it, and he's the man behind the bike, Paul Swift. The Lemond Revmasters are unusual in several areas compared to most of the bikes in the industry, in that it's a belt drive, it's whisper quiet, and it's very, very smooth. Here's my experience with these bikes. I have the only indoor cycling specific retail store in the world, and I carry Schwinn, Star Trek, Lemond, and Kaiser. So I listen to what people say, and I analyze what they say, and I pay close attention to what people say and their experiences, and how they sort of digest the feeling of the bike when they hop from brand to brand to brand. And because so many people cut their teeth on a chain-driven, perimeter-weighted bike like a Star Trek or a Schwinn, they'll get on a bike like a Lemond, which is so quiet and so smooth, and they won't like it. It's too synthetic. One of the dynamics about spinning and indoor cycling is that it's a bicycle feel. With a chain, it feels like a bicycle. The problem with chains is that so many non-qualified people work on and try to tune and adjust and repair the bikes, that chain-driven bikes sometimes get a bad rap because the chain's not tensioned correctly, the flywheel's out of alignment, the chain wheel may not be in alignment with the flywheel. There's just so many different dynamics to a chain-driven bike, where with a Lemond Revmaster with a belt, there's nothing to adjust. It's quiet and smooth. With the perimeter-weighted flywheel, which the Lemond doesn't have, and perimeter weighting is when you put all the weight on the outside edge of the flywheel, you take a non-cyclist and you stick them on a perimeter-weighted flywheel, and they'll bring their Stairmaster pedal stroke to the table, and you put them on perimeter weighting and they engage the drivetrain, and they're like, whoa, they can't help, you just can't help it when you engage the drivetrain on a perimeter-weighted bike. It generates such aggressive inertia, no matter how choppy your pedal stroke is, it takes this and it smooths it out to where your pedal stroke is 360 degrees. And in cycling, one of the most revered things to have is a beautiful 360 degree, no top, no bottom pedal stroke. So non-cyclists, I've taught hundreds of spinning classes, and I'm amazed at some of the pedal strokes that I see. I mean, you look at riders in the Tour de France, it's like poetry in motion when they're riding a bike. It's just it's so fluid and smooth. But you take an average person and you stick them on an exercise bike, and it's choppy and bumpy, and it's hard on the hip flexors, hard on the joints, hard on the muscle fibers. So the Lemond Revmaster certainly isn't for everybody. It's a well-built bike. It's very, very smooth. I can tell you one thing about the Lemonds, that if you're going to buy one and take it home with you, never lay a Lemond Revmaster on its side in transit. It's one of the reasons why, and they may have changed this as of the date of this shoot of this particular video segment, but Lemond wasn't shipping bikes to consumers because so many UPS and DHS and FedEx drivers were laying the boxes flat, and by the time the bike got to the customer, the bearings in the flywheel were completely shot because of the load that the flywheel puts on the bearings. So this bike, in fact, when I sell a Lemond Revmaster and I ship it out of state, it costs upwards of $300 to $400 for me to ship one of these, because I have to build it, tune it, strap it inside a wooden crate, almost a coffin-like box that can't be laid on its side. That's the only way to effectively ship one of these things, is if it's upright, or if you're transporting it from a fitness store to your house, never lay them on their sides. The Lemond Revmasters are no longer available in yellow. They only make them in black. the new Pilot computer, you don't have to take the chain guard off, or the belt guard off the bike to put the component inside the belt guard to the pickup. It's called a pickup that picks up the rotation of the magnet in the side of the crank arm that gives you your cadence and your speed. The yellow Le Mans, there were about 3 or 4 different generations of yellow Le Mans. There was the original Le Mans, there was the second generation Le Mans where they went to a different handlebar. But just if you buy a used Le Mans, it's a really, really good idea to test ride the bike and really try the bike with different levels of applied resistance. Because the spring steel, which is what Paul Swift calls the leaf spring, on the frame to the resistance pad, they tend to wear out and get hinky, and the older the bikes get, the more they have the potential to, when you hit certain points in the range of motion or the range of applied resistance, the leaf spring will shudder and vibrate, and it's almost frightful for some people riding the bikes. The other thing about some of the older bikes is that this is a new design on the new Le Mans where they have a lever type locking mechanism for the towers. On the older bikes, they have it's a plate about the size of a quarter inside the frame, and when you tighten the pop pin, it would push that small plate up against the tower to engage it so that it wouldn't slip. But I've seen those slip over time as well. So when you're looking at an older Le Mans, a yellow one, make sure you test the bike and you really ride it and engage different levels of resistance. I have more helpful bike buyer aid videos at studiocycles.com. I sell the Lemond Revmaster Pro, the 2010 model, professionally built with a lifetime warranty, lifetime parts replacement. Also, the Pros come out of the box with a standard pedal. Lemond is one of the last holdouts where they don't give you clip pedals with the bike when it's new, but we put clip pedals on the bike, no extra charge. But again, more helpful bike buyer aid videos at studiocycles.com.